This is Pod Populi, podcast for the people.
I should do that every time. Sandra, welcome to Sweets on the Loose.
Please do that every time.
I like our jingle. How's Sandra? How are you?
That should have been the jingle. We should have just used that.
We should have made our own jingle.
You are the jingle. You're a walking jingle.
Hey, I don't know if I like that.
Oh, sorry. I meant it because you're so optimistic and perky and good.
Right. So because it's funny, obviously people that are listening to us, they can't see that we see each other. Are you looking at a screen when you're looking at me? Because he's looking like you're looking at in the yonder right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
so you're looking at a screen.
You think that I'm trying to gaze off into the distance?
I don't know. I know.
Doing one of those. So I'm practicing that gaze.
So your right side is very good looking.
Oh, good. What about this side? Yeah. I can't remember what side is my better side.
I think the other side's better. That's better.
This one?
Yeah.
Like this? That's good. Yes. It's good for me to know. I'm just going to be into that plant over there now. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sweet Down the Loose.
I'm really loose today. And I'm Christina.
It's not a jingle.
Not a jingle. And for those of you who don't know, we just do this audio, obviously, but we can actually see each other because it's easier to talk to someone when you can look at someone instead of just talking to someone when you just voice. So that's why we have video while we do this as well. So
yeah, but that said, I don't know if I agree with that because think back in the day when
phone calls.
Yeah, phone calls. I would sit for hours talking to somebody and staring into the wall, just hanging around with a cord, right? You're just staring, whatever. You're just, especially when the phones were hooked somewhere and you couldn't really walk. Yes. You had to walk away with the cord and you could only go as far as the cord would go. Yeah. And you'd be like, hang on, I'm going to put the phone down really quick because I'm going to go run and get something from the fridge. I'll be right back. Yeah. Do you remember that?
I definitely remember that. And I remember watching American movies where the envy of the movie was they had the longest phone cord, not the phone cord that goes into the wall, but the phone cord that goes to the headset of the phone.
Yeah.
And it was bring
the phone with them.
Right.
Yes.
But it was super long, the actual cord, like the corded cord. So that was the envy of the American movies, all these teenage movies that we watched when we were kids at home in Sweden. I was like, I wish we had one of those.
And some kids who were really lucky, they got to have their own phone number. Did you ever have that? I've heard about people.
No.
Yes, who got their own phone number and because they were tied.
That did not happen in Sweden.
No.
Okay.
It's an American thing.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Well, they even had touring. I can't even speak. Looking at houses in Wyoming, we came across a couple of houses that had phones in the bathroom on the wall. Yeah. The old school hanging on the wall phones in the bathrooms. They weren't connected, but so that was a big thing too.
And then the intercom, so that you could talk to somebody.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think, do you know what? I like that idea. Jeff and I do that. We talk about that actually often because every time he leaves the room, I say something. And he's like, why do you insist on talking to me every time I leave the room? So, and then I'm in the kitchen and he's out in the field or he's out in the forest and he's like, we just need to get a walkie-talkie. So we got walkie-talkies.
Yeah, you do.
No, we have walkie-talkies. Oh, we actually bought them when we were driving here because we were in two separate cars. When we moved to Wyoming, we were in two separate cars. And instead of just using our cell phones, which we could have done, but we thought kind of fun. So we bought walkie-talkies. So we would talk to each other through walkie-talkies when we, driving on the highway. It was kind of fun.
Do you know how many times I've had, I don't know if you guys can relate to this. I have had walkie-talkies of various sorts in my Amazon cart just because it's kinda once in a while, I'll think, "You know what? If all hell breaks loose in the world or if communications are cut," for some reason, that's my first fear is, like, I
Huh,
won't be able to communicate with
okay.
people, and so
Yeah.
now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy it, but
Yeah.
I need, for that kinda thing, you need, like, some really good
Real
walkie-talkies
ones,
because
right,
I
you don't
need
want the kids' ones.
right, no, and I want it to be able to cover a certain distance because I wanna be able
Right.
to have, a couple or at least one over with mom and dad, one where my
Yep.
kids are and whatever.
Right. Right. You should get sat phones. That's better. But, satellites can be shot down too, so I guess if the world is going to hell in a handbasket, I guess satellite
Walkie-talkie.
phones won't go do anything.
Well, what would happen?
Yeah.
Will walkie-talkies work? If they
Yeah, oh, no, that should unless they send it one of those what do you call that signal? Um, EMT? Is that what it's called when they knock everything out?
oh, I don't know.
I need to look that up. Y keep talking.
Yep. Alright, well, sat phones,
Yes.
I'm gonna look into sat phones. Well, this is kind of a
Yeah.
good segue into, how I feel. How did if I'm allowed
What
to
do you mean? Yeah, of course.
I
You're allowed to share.
feel like the world is spinning way too fast. Everything is coming it's, like, way too fast, and you probably don't feel that way because you're in a different bubble over where you're at.
I agree.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of at the point where and I can handle um, a lot of balls up in the air, and I can juggle a lot, I guess, but
Yeah.
right now I've
Well,
come
you have to with what you do for a living.
yes, so I shouldn't really say what I'm about to say, but
Oh,
I mean, I wanna be completely honest on this podcast and with people who we're talking to, and, this I am just feeling like I've hit a point where there are so many things that I have to get done that I can't get anything done. And I know I'll get to the point. I will get to the point where I'll write everything out and then I'll start checking things off. But at this moment, there's so much that's just kind of in my sphere that nothing is getting it's almost like when you take one of those snow globes, like you buy when you
you
go
shake it.
somewhere, yeah,
Yep.
and then you shake it. All that stuff is still kind of landing, and I have
Okay.
to wait until it lands, I guess, until I can start getting things
Well,
done.
I think my advice to you is to make it land because if you don't, it's just going to be in your sphere the whole time. So to make it land is, and
Write it
again,
down.
you know what I'm going to say,
I
to
know.
write
I
it down,
I know.
get it out of your head. But then just write it down, whatever's in your head, write it down. And then once the list is done, prioritize what is the most
Right.
important thing. And
Yeah.
then write another list and write down what the priorities are and what's number one, what's number two, what can wait. You know,
Yeah.
what is the most important thing for you? What's the most important thing for your job? What's the most important thing for your family?
What's
So you
urgent? What's time
have
sensitive? What all
exactly.
those things.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Alright. Well,
Yep.
okay. So I'm making my list here. I'm gonna look at sat phones, and then I'm
Good.
gonna make a
And
list.
there I was trying to find what it's called when the enemy sends a signal and they knock out all the
The
electricity and all
enemy.
communication.
Know
I
that
wanna say
good.
EMT. I wanna
Why do you
say
say
it
e isn't that
EMT.
that's like emergency medical stuff?
Transportation,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's called it's something similar.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. I was trying to, but I wanna be present and listening to what you guys are or what you multiple personalities today, what you're talking about. So,
I
I
do
don't
have
wanna
split
sit
I
on
have
my phone.
multiple personalities right now, so that's fairly accurate. Yeah, but
But we'll look it up. But
well,
no, but,
but blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, but what strikes me as really
But
interesting
but
too, is that okay, yes, the world is moving way too fast, and it's so interesting that the gift that I have in my household in the shape of Mia is that she requires this presence. She requires a certain she just requires things to be at a different speed. She can't go at the speed that the world is in. So when I communicate with her and when I have to do anything with her, I have to just kind of decompress, take a deep breath and slow down. And I actually told her the other day because I want her to know that that is a gift. Not only that I think that she has it really is a gift. And if she can own it as a gift, um, I think that'll go a long way. So interesting.
Yeah, yeah. But,
That
I mean, but I think you having kids makes you feel that the world is going faster than for me who don't have kids. I look at my dogs, I'm like, "Oh my god, they're turning another year," but that's not the same thing. So, you have a measure, you have a tangible measure that where you can see, okay, so you have a kid in college, you have another kid that is in high school, and another kid that's, going to a different school, and she's getting older. I mean, she's
Yeah.
becoming an adult. So, you have a measure of being visually, you have measurements of how fast time is going.
Yeah, but
For
it's
me,
that's not what I mean, though. I understand
oh,
what
okay,
I
okay,
feel like I just have there's so much like, I can start my days, and if I'm just doing admin work all day, I won't be done by the end. I have so much to do, but
really?
not just work, but I have so much personally, like, stuff that I'm doing that I'm needing to do for mostly for Mia,
Mhm,
that just is, a lot of paperwork.
right.
And so I can be filling
But
out
there's
forms and doing
well,
stuff on email.
there's 2 to that party, though, remember that.
Sure.
So, I'm just throwing it out there. I know that it's probably a touchy subject, but I'm just throwing it out there. There's 2 to the party, meaning 2 parents that are supposed to help. I know that,
Yeah.
sometimes you are the admin person, and that's what you're good at, and that's where it lands on you. I have the same situation at my house, meaning when I wanna get stuff done, I am the person who makes the stuff happen.
Yeah.
I can direct Jeff of what I want him to do, but, like, today, we have some windows that are going bananas, so I had the window company come out, and they're gonna come out and give me quotes for the windows, give me quotes for the installation, and, obviously, Jeff works I work remotely, so I'm lucky that I'm able to be at home,
Yeah.
and meet with these people, but um, the admin part to make it the phone calls, um, taking care of retirements, taking care of investments, taking care of the banking, taking care of moving money around, whatever it is, that admin part falls on
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
because that's what I'm good at.
Yeah,
So I
and
think that
it's
it's
also
more
self-inflicted. That's what I was gonna say to you.
right. Mhm.
It is
Right.
self-inflicted. It
Oh,
for
100%.
some of it is that, I
Yep.
for a variety of reasons, it's with me, and the other part
Yep.
of it too is that now I just feel like, yeah, I'm the I just it's just easier if I do it.
Yep.
So,
No, I totally get it. I'm just saying there is there is help around you
yeah, but
sometimes.
you're right, you're right. But what's interesting is that as I was feeling that way this week,
Yeah.
um, I tuned into,
A
um
podcast?
I sure did,
Oh my
and
gosh.
there was this amazing guy. Yeah, there was this doctor called, Doctor Cal Newport. I don't know if that does that resonate or does that ring a bell with you?
No clue. Nope.
Anyway, so he was on the Mel Robbins podcast and he was talking about
Oh,
he
okay.
has a new book out called like Slow Productivity. Him himself, I think
Okay.
he has a PhD in computer science or something
Okay.
that seems a little bit unrelated. But he has a whole thing on attention management and why we're feeling so burnt
Oh,
out
wow.
these days because our attention spans are shorter, first of all, due to everything
Mm,
on all of our devices. We're we're kind of we've been taught to kind of just focus on something for a short period of time. And then I think he was also saying that everything that attracts our attention is pretty charged. So,
mhm.
when you're on whatever social media platform you're on, to capture your attention, it's something that evokes a response in you. It's either like surprise, shock, horror, anger. So those are tiring emotions to have.
Right. Right.
I don't know if I necessarily fit into that field, but it totally tracked. It makes sense to me that because a lot of people are claiming to be tired these days.
Right.
Mm. And so I thought that was
Beca
really
I
yeah.
mean, there's a lot of stuff that is happening around you, even if you're not 100% always on the social media, there's so much more around you that is happening. You just turn on the TV or turn on the radio or,
Yeah.
you know, in our job that we do, there's always stuff there's always fires to be put out or problems to solve.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have your own personal stuff. So there's a lot of there. I mean, it is a fast world and it is going faster. And I don't think it's gonna slow down
No.
at all. Um, so, I guess that's part of God, we sound so old. I don't think 30-year-old or 20-year-olds feel the same way we do. I think we're just getting older, Sandra, because when we were 20, 25, we didn't think that the world was going fast. We're like, why is everything moving so slow? And that wasn't that long ago. So it would be
Interesting.
interesting to see what a 20, 30-year-old feel like what the world is today. Do they think that it's moving fast? Or do they think that it's not moving fast enough?
Let's find a 25-year-old and have them on.
I agree. And
Let's
by the way, podcast, have you heard of this amazing podcast? It's called Sweets on the Loose.
I have those girls are on it.
They are
Like,
on it. It
they're
is
spot
re
on.
it is I'm surprised we don't have they don't have like 1,000,000 listeners because it is really awesome.
You don't know that they don't. Maybe they do.
No, maybe they do. Oh, that's true. Maybe I need to go research that.
You should. You should.
But anyway,
Yeah.
um, I actually need to start listening to tell me her name again, Mel
Mel
Robinson?
Robbins.
Robbins.
Yeah.
She's the
Mel Robbins.
she's the Let Them gal, right?
She is the let them. Let them.
Yeah.
And then the best part, let you.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
I don't know if you got to that part, but
Nope, I haven't. No, I haven't read the book. Everyone keeps telling me about it,
okay, well,
but I haven't read the book.
okay, in short, the let them
Yep.
theory, she goes through all that, like, let them, don't take it on, that's on them. But then I love that the very end, it's all about now, your self accountability, let me.
Yeah,
So
got
it's
it.
like, let them
Got
and
it.
then let me.
Okay. Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
I will have to I don't read books anymore nowadays. I listen to books.
Yeah.
And most of the time I listen to the books when I'm driving because as you know, I live out in the middle of nowhere. So to go anywhere,
Takes
it's
you an
about an
hour.
hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I get to listen to books because if I listen to books while I'm in bed before I go to sleep, I'm asleep within
I
3 minutes.
know. I'm the
So
same
it
way.
doesn't work.
It
It
doesn't
doesn't
work.
work.
No, I
No,
know. That's also a
it
thing.
doesn't work.
But if
Yep.
anybody wants to listen into that Dr. Cal Newport, his podcast is Deep Questions with Cal Newport. So
Oh, okay.
I'm excited to check that out.
Cool.
Um, yeah,
Awesome.
yep, yep, yep. So
Cool. Cool.
anyway, what else is going on with you?
Well, what else is going on with me? Oh, I'm building a greenhouse. Did I tell you that?
You
I think I
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last weekend I don't know if you ever use Facebook Marketplace, but Facebook Marketplace here in Wyoming, or
Yeah.
especially here where we are in Star Valley, it's insane. I mean, it's incredible. I have beautiful, almost brand new pallets because we're building a greenhouse out of pallets. I have
I have a hard
old
time envisioning what this will look like, but it sounds really
Oh,
cool.
so you just take the pallets and you put the pallets as the bottom frame,
Yep.
and you just use them as the structure to make it stable. And then you put plywood on the outside just to make it even more insulated because you want it to keep not warm, but you don't want it to be minus degrees if you want to grow something in the winter,
Yeah.
which I don't think I will. I will probably be dormant, but you want some sort of insulation. So you take the pallets, wrap them in plastic, put plywood on top of that. And if you want to decorate, you can, which I now have, to just make it nice and to tie it in with the whole house and everything. But then we got barn windows. And, where we live, it's an old community, as in old people or farms, old structures. So we have barn windows that are like 80 years old with the original hardware on it. So we bought 10 of those from one couple. And then we bought another 8 that are also super old. They're falling apart, but we're not the glass, but the frame. So we just need to tack the frame together. So we're going to do windows all around, real windows, barn windows. And then we're going to do windows as the ceiling, as the roof. And then I'm going to have raised garden beds inside it. I'm turning such a nerd. I ordered a book of gardening in greenhouses for beginners because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I'm having a good time.
I love
So
this so much. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. I've gotta
Oh,
see
so fun.
pictures.
Yeah. Oh, and then, a friend of mine, this is so Wyoming. A friend of mine, Lori, who is a darling, darling woman, she's actually our lender, meaning she helped us get our house loan here in
Yeah,
Wyoming.
yeah.
She called me, she texted me 2 days ago, and she says, "Oh, the salmon are spawning." I'm like, "Okay." What does that mean? She goes, "Let's go watch the salmon spawning travel up a river." I was like, "Okay." So we did. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. These salmon, they turn red, first of all. It's called a coconut salmon or something like that. They
Okay.
turn red because they're basically in heat, as in they're traveling upstream, both male and females.
I've heard of this.
They
Yeah,
they lay
the
their
migrate
eggs,
upstream.
they
Yeah.
migrate, yep, they lay their eggs and then they get fertilized by the male and then they die. It's so crazy, but they turn red because they're in high sex drive because they wanna make babies, so
Okay.
they turn red, but they're traveling. I mean, there were salmon that were, like, this big, this big. I mean, it was crazy. Oh, I mean, the
Wait,
whole
so
river
not
was
a
full.
so what do you mean this big? How much is so you're, like, talking
I don't know.
okay, well,
So
for the listener, that's about,
oh, got it. I don't know, centimeters?
I know, I'm like, I'm
A
still
foot?
stuck on
A foot,
centimeters.
a foot, and let's see, what, a
1 foot.
foot,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
a foot, yeah. They were big salmon, and they're bright red. They almost look like, goldfish koi. Beautiful. And
Wow.
as we're standing there watching all these fish trying to struggle, I mean, it's a struggle. We were looking at it like, this is really life. You're
Yeah.
struggling upstream. And if you come into a current in the wrong way, you get flushed down the river and you have
This
to
is how
start all
I
over
feel.
again.
This is the name of the episode.
There you go.
Swimming upstream.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. But it was so, I felt like I was a National Geographic episode because all of a sudden, because obviously all the salmon are there and it's ripe for the picking.
Did you have
And
David
so we had,
Attenborough in your the back
I
of
kind
your
of
head?
felt like it, but there were 3 bald eagles, 1 golden eagle, 1 red-tailed hawk, and we were like, "Where are we?" I feel like Cinderella. It was Snow White. It was crazy. It was just surreal. So we're going back on Sunday, and I'm taking Jeff with me because I want Jeff to experience it too. So
Wow.
this is how geeky I'm becoming. I'm
No, I
becoming,
love
like,
it.
outdoorsy and then but then Lori, when I dropped or Lori dropped me off, she had this big crate in her garage. And I'm like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And he goes, "Oh, my boyfriend's gonna burn it." I'm like, "No, don't burn it. This is what I'm turning into." So I'm picking up her crate tomorrow that she had a bar delivered in because it's made out of plywood. It's standing on pallets, and I'm making it part of my chicken coop. I'm not recycling
Oh,
anywhere
so
I can
that's
get.
not the greenhouse, so that's the
Nope, that's gonna be the chicken coop. 'Cause we're building a chicken coop, but I was planning to buy a chicken coop next year, not until, oh, shoot, here's my internet guy. My internet guy just arrived.
so this is part 2 because part 1, we had to stop, last time well, we had to stop because, Christina had Wi-Fi issues and her internet, technician came,
Correct, and he cut me out.
and he cut yeah,
My off.
he cut her off,
Yes.
and so then our plan was to start again after, but that didn't happen for a while, and then long story short, I decided to go visit Christina in Wyoming. So, bonus, we're here together for part 2.
2, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, welcome back, everyone.
Yes.
So, thank you for sticking with us
Yeah.
for our part 2 of, it was a Debbie Downer start of last episode,
I
and
know.
Sandra was not feeling great,
Yeah.
but you're feeling better now, and you
Yeah.
did feel better after we talked the same day. You did feel better
Was it the same day or the next day maybe?
that evening because you were heading somewhere and you got some food in you.
I think it was the
You
next
were
day
feeling
because
better.
I had so now I remember. I had so much in my head, like, going on, and,
And I kept telling you, "Write it down, write it down, write it down."
that's right, and I just I just had gotten to the point where I couldn't get anything done because all I was just focused on all the different things I had to do, and so then I, finally got to the point where I went home, I got a few things off my to-do list that allowed me to just kinda step back, take a deep breath, which is the mantra that we've been talking about,
Yeah.
and kind of, write the checklist and start, getting things done. So by the next day, by Saturday, the next day,
Was
I
it Saturday?
yes, because
Okay.
I remember because I was I ended up having the majority of Saturday get things done, and then our friend Tina from Tucson, Tina from Tucson,
Tina from Tucson. There should be her bumper sticker. Hi, Tina from Tucson. I hope you're listening.
yeah, she came up to visit, which was amazing. She stayed a couple of nights with me, and it feels weird looking at
I
you,
know.
like, and I'm
We
like,
can
I
look
should
at
be,
each other,
yeah.
but then everyone just sees our profiles.
I don't, yeah,
So we
yeah,
are looking at you, audience.
yeah. Anyway, so
But we can do both.
we can
We
do
can do
both.
both.
We can do
We're not
hard
puppets.
things.
We can.
We do-
It feels so good to be right.
So this you guys is such an internal joke, which we'll share with you because
Next
it does
episode.
feel good to be right. You know it does. You know
It
it
does.
does feel
It
good to
does.
be
It
right.
does.
And it
And we
happened
even
to
have a
me. It
joke.
happened to me. It happened to me yesterday, which happened to me 9/11, which is a somber day, but
Yes.
I will for always remember this that I was right.
Because I said, "Oh, you're right," and Sandra almost had a coronary because I never say she's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Because
So
I'm always right.
okay, we're gonna let her have that. 9/11/2025. We were standing in
Where
uh
were we?
that
Oh, the
shop.
grocery store?
No.
Oh, we were at the Boom Guards. We
Yeah.
were looking at cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Because of course, when you come to Wyoming,
Yep.
which as you can see, we are together here in Wyoming, beautiful. And that's Haystack Mountain, by the way. I had them wrong.
Oh
The
my
wrong-
gosh.
The name was wrong last time. So this is Haystack Mountain.
Do you hear that? She was
Yeah, I
wrong.
was wrong. Feels so good to be right. But
But I
anyway.
was when you're wrong. Here's the thing: when you're wrong, it doesn't make me right.
I know.
But I would like it if
doesn't
that was
work.
the case. If by like default, when you're wrong, I am then
You
right
wish.
automatically.
You wish. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, we're looking at cowboy boots for Sandra and her daughter, who is also here.
Yeah.
And
It's a really boring story.
it is a very boring
yeah.
story.
So they were
Anyway.
looking at the wrong size. I
Yes.
got the right size. I was like,
Yes.
no, you guys, this is 7.7 and both my daughter and Christina were wrong for the record. I was right. It was 9/11/2025.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the story. But
Yep.
so going back,
Yes.
rewinding back to last weekend when Tina from Tucson came to visit.
Yep.
So if you're ever feeling super overwhelmed and you just can't, get anything done, do what Christina said. She was right here in this regard. Start writing things down. Start getting little things off your chest. Sorry. And then you'll feel better. You'll get more things done. I had the majority of Saturday to get a lot of things done and kind of started organizing the house and everything. And then by the time Tina came to visit, I was in a completely different headspace.
Awesome.
So it's amazing what 24 hours can do.
Yeah. Plus, you went somewhere that has a special place in your heart.
Yes. So we ended up going up north to Payson. We did a longer hike. I feel like I kind of tricked Tina because I was like, oh, I think it's like an hour and a half. And it was like 2.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was amazing.
That
We didn't
worked
have
out.
any of our dogs with us, but that kind of felt like a waste.
Yeah.
Because usually we would have that. But I had Moby. For those of you who've been listening from the beginning, maybe you remember hearing about our golden doodle Moby, who we have his ashes, and we decided to bring him up to Payson. I had told the kids.
Awesome.
And so we then drove from that one hiking spot we were at all the way up to Verde Glen.
Awesome.
And we went into the creek. The creek was really lacking water. It was sad.
It's sad. It is sad.
But there was enough water
to take Moby away.
And then I poured, and Tina was great. She was kind of filming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and did I show you the film?
Yeah, you sent it. Was very sweet.
It's very
sweet.
effectful because the ashes, and it's a lot of ashes. Maybe maybe it's illegal to do what I did.
I don't think you're supposed to.
Shoot. Well,
but
hypothetically, I wanted to do this. So I'm not saying I did.
So we don't see Sandra next week is because she's been arrested for pollution of drinking water.
So I just wanted to bring him back up to Payson. So I thought about putting him in the creek. Anyway, in the creek.
Yep.
I'm going to wrap this up now because I don't want to.
No, I'm glad you did because Moby loved Payson and you love Payson.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to be able to go to Payson and clear your headspace and start afresh starting Monday was great.
Yep.
And then last week was crazy, and,
Yeah.
because we talk almost every day, but
And
I
I was getting Robert ready for travel, which is
Yep,
always, it's a hectic week,
yep, yep, and then you said, I really now that Robert is traveling for a bit, I really should come and visit you."
for the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, "Oh my god, get in your car and drive." So, they did.
So I'm the sucker that did that. So so I put my 15-year-old in the car. She was the glad to be part.
Skipping school.
She was glad to what if there are teachers listening?
Well, then she has learned a lot these last few days. This girl has learned more in the last few days than she has many days in school.
And
So
she's actually very, very responsible,
very,
and she's one of those kids where, when I brought this idea up, she immediately said, I don't know, like, I have these and this assignments, I have this and this to do. I'll
right.
email my teachers, I'll figure it out.
Yep.
So I don't mind. And I also thought, this is the year to do it because she's a sophomore in high school.
Right.
Next year is a heavier academic
Yeah.
year as a junior.
Yep.
So a lot of things just kind of came together and here we
I
are.
know. I'm so
And
excited.
yeah, so I was just super happy to also end this podcast kind of on a happier note because I did feel like I kind of went into it dragging people down with me and,
Part of what we do is we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
yeah.
And we're not alone of having crazy weeks and having shit days. And a few podcasts ago we talked about how we want to talk to our audience, and we want to talk to our audience, the people that are listening. Give us some feedback or give us some ideas of when you have a shitty day or a shitty week, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Do you write it down because you're stressed out, or do you go out into the forest and
Depends on what kind
scream?
of yeah, depends on what kind of a shitty
Right.
what's
What
the
kind of
deal is.
shit
Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
What kind of shit it is.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, no, I think if we didn't have shit days or shit
You wouldn't
weeks,
have
you wouldn't
you
be human.
you wouldn't have good days because
No.
you need to have,
Yeah.
dark with the light,
Yeah.
it's all that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I
Wow,
agree.
so zen.
The
Yeah.
Did you know that we're so zen? I didn't know we're so maybe that should be your motto. Yin and yang. So unique.
This is I'm just a walking cliche.
There you go. So
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So next episode, we're going to talk about all I think, what we are doing here. I
Yeah.
think we should
We
because
should.
it's been intensive few days and
Mhm.
it's not over yet. And as you can see,
It
oh
ain't
my
over
gosh, it's
until the
so
fat lady
beautiful.
sings. Does that expression hold up?
I don't know.
Where does that even come
I,
from?
well, I
It
guess
ain't
it's
over until the fat lady sings.
that's your homework. You better look that up. Be careful what you ask for.
Be careful what you say.
I was supposed to find out about radioactive waves where that EMP. It's called EMP. See, I wasn't crazy. It's called EMP. Is when the enemy of the state or whatever sends an EMP signal, they can knock out all communication. It's called EMP signal. I'm not
Can
crazy.
you link us back to the original conversation? Because I
Okay,
don't really
so
remember
I
what
don't
that
know
was about.
why we were talking about it. No, we were talking about Wi-Fi because I had a bad
Oh.
because I said, "Oh, my internet guy is here, my Wi-Fi guy is here," and I think we came into, what we would do if we didn't have internet or what we done if
Oh,
we
and
didn't have Wi-Fi.
did I talk about walkie-talkies? I bet I
Yes,
did.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
I bet I did.
Right, yeah. Gosh, this is when we're getting old. And we did not re-watch our first half of this episode, so we might be a little bit off, but that's okay. Because we enjoy just spitballing it
Right.
and just doing. But anyway,
Yeah.
EMP is what it's called. So your homework is why is it called? Where does the expression it's not over until the fat lady sings? I think it has something to do about opera singers.
Oh, wow, that's a good
But
guess.
I might be wrong, but
Okay.
I think so at least. So I don't know how much are we supposed to talk about this? How long are we supposed to talk on this one? Because I don't even know how long the first part was.
No,
But
I don't think that
can
we
do
need to
short. We can do
Yeah,
short episode.
I think this can be because we're pretty much I just wanted to kind of
Wrap that one.
yeah, and it feels good to wrap this up on
I know.
a little high note. So yeah, it's fantastic to be in Wyoming. It's my first time in Wyoming
I'm so excited.
and very fun to be here to visit you. And
I don't ever want you to go home.
I know I don't want to go home. So, which is why I asked Chat GPT how I can how I can relocate, how I specifically
Yep.
can relocate to Wyoming with a viable career. And I got some good suggestions.
Great.
So stay tuned.
Perfect. You never know. Seriously. And we do actually want to share, we do a shout out to Haley Lannon because, and I'm jumping subjects now, but it's been really heavy on, not heavy on our mind. That sounds stupid, but we have been stressed out because we have done very little on our social media pages on Instagram and on Facebook. We haven't done anything really. We just posted our episodes and that's it. So Haley Lannon, God bless you. We found her. Thank you. And she is helping us with posting onto our Instagram and Facebook page. So now we'll hopefully have a little bit more of a presence so you guys can figure out who we are and what we're all about. And hopefully you can get more listeners. So
we want to bring you in. So it's really, it's fun to have more.
So with us, if you want to, we'd love to get feedback. And again, going back to having a shit week, shit day, how do you guys handle that? What do you do? We all,
besides listening to us, because I think
because
that's when you're not alone. We're in it together. We're riding the waves of the shit show.
So cute.
So anyway, thanks for being here. What is our social? What are we on? We're on.
So 2 Sweets on the Loose is on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. So number 2 Sweets on the Loose is Instagram, and Sweets on the Loose is on Facebook. And that's it.
Thanks.
We haven't done anything else. No TikTok or anything like that.
Oh gosh, no. I don't know that we're. I don't know that that's gonna.
That's over.
Yeah. So. But so if you've had a bad day.
How do you deal with it?
You've had a bad day.
Oh, anyway, that's a good song.
Yeah. Then make a checklist and hang in there because it does get better.
Yep.
So on that note, we'll end and we'll see you guys next time. Hey, Dora.
Okay, we're ending here. Mango. Stop. And that was.
Does that mean we need to go change?
No.
Or should we change spots?
We can
take my hat off.
There you go. So this for you guys at Pod Popular, this was part 2 of the episode we did last Friday. Hopefully you guys can splice it together. Thank you.